Okay, guys, in this podcast, I will be running over everything with K12 here in Tennessee. If you stay in another state, if you stay in Tennessee, if you guys do anything different than what I say is in this podcast, basically chat with me below because we're trying to bring all of the homeschoolers together, online schoolers together, and help people make informed decisions because there are a lot of people that don't even know programs like this exist. So if they're going to search for anything, I would like for this video to come up, and it's a lot of resources and you know hands-on experience in these type of podcasts. So if you want to say anything with or chat with me down below. Now, first thing, the virtual classroom new role. Now, years prior to this, they were using Blackboard, and that was not going that good. So they moved over to New Row. In New Row, you can do everything from share your screen. You have to use your webcam. It's required that you have a webcam and a mic so you can participate in the classroom. You can use the whiteboard and different things of that sort. Now, when it comes to class schedules, K12 is exactly like your regular brick and mortar school, whereas Connections Academy is more flexible. K12 is not one of those flexible type things. When it comes to doctor's appointments and things of that sort, everything has to be done strategically, and it's so many days that you can miss out of school, but I'll be going over that a little bit later. Now, when it comes to class schedules, all classes are required, and you and your child, not just your child, but you and your child must be there. Now, class connects, if I was to convert it to my time zone, and that's Central Standard Time, they start at 7:30. From 7:30, and they will run until and it's just not one class, it's all classes will run to around 2:30 or 3 o'clock. Now, I believe the first class that starts at 7:30 in the morning, my time, is homeroom time. Now, some of the people that I spoke with, they do say within that time you can do some async work. You may have some work on your planner, or you may not have got everything done, so you can use that time to do whatever you have to do work wise. Now, classes can run an hour long, while small groups will be around 30 to 45 minutes, and it's small groups and RTI. Now, there are breaks and lunch that they have around 11 to 12:30, and it is a weekly checklist. So, with that being said, I could not use the schedule that this person sent to me because I just didn't want their child's schedule out like that. But just say, for instance, a class can start from 8 to 9. That's required 9 to 10, and it may be another class or a small group that takes up 30 minutes, and something like a RTI that takes up 30 minutes. Then it's lunch or break, then lunch, and then you're right back. Your child is right back to their class schedule. So all classes are required. Now, with Connections Academy, the parents took on attendance, but with K12, the teachers take attendance, and they put it in a software called Skyward. Now, you can use Skyward over the computer or on the app, but the teacher take attendance. Now, 3 days unexcused mean that your child is truant. So if your child missed 3 days and you don't say why they are truant, It can either be one doctor's note and two parents' notes per quarter. And if you miss any class, you must fill out a Google form and go back and watch that recording. Now, when it comes to PE is taken down daily. It's kind of like Connections Academy attendance, but you take down your child's attendance daily. The same thing, just like K12, when it comes to computer setup, you can use a desktop or a laptop webcam, and mic is needed. Now, some of the other software that is used, like I said before, is Skyward, that's used for grades and attendance. And it's very important that if you attend K12, you make sure you pay attention to your child's grades at all times, because anything that's missing, any zeros, anything, it's going to be in Skyward. So you have to make sure that you keep up with that. Now, with Connections Academy, all of that stuff is on the front page. You can click into the grade book, see what they've done, what was done, what was missed, everything of that sort. Now, with K12, they use something called Seesaw, and that's something for the younger kids to use. And some assignments can be done in Seesaw. And they do give you Microsoft 365. It's given to you while you are enrolled. It's given to you for free. Now, additional sites, Cayenne Academy. I said like Cayenne Academy, but it's Khan Academy. I know some people pronounce it also. It is required for math, so your child has to utilize Khan Academy for their math also. When it comes to clubs, you just check with your homeroom teacher or your child's homeroom teacher. Let's see, when it comes to homework, you got to do 6 hours worth of work. Keep in mind that different classes may put their homework in different ways, and it may not be on the planner. Now, this was one of my pet peeves when I was with K12. I had some teachers that put some of my son work on in a Google Classroom while others utilize the planner. So it's very important to make sure you keep up with that teacher and basically ask them, where do they put out their assignments, and is it in the OLS or the D2L? You want to make sure you know where the work will be at all times. On Fridays, that is a regular day in school. They don't have Fridays off. They have to do everything as they normally would do through the week. I believe the only time that things are a little different is on a Wednesday, and that's maybe after lunchtime, and they do async work. But Fridays are a regular day in school. When it comes to the planner, Class Connects are on the planner. Everything you have to do for that day with your class connects, it'll tell you if they're required or not. Most likely, every class connect on your child's planner will be required, unless it's one of those optional small counseling schedules or sessions just to talk to everybody in a whole. But 9 times out of 10, when you're with K12, everything on your schedule will be required. K12 do state testing. When I was with them, they do it very well. They make sure the kids are grouped up. It's a safe place. The parking was great when I had to sit and wait on my son, so that was great. Do they send everything? They can send out a laptop to you. I had K12 to send me out a laptop when my daughter first attended, and you basically keep it until your child graduates or move on. And they do send out books. Now, last question, like I did for Connection. Can you work on the outside of the home and on the inside of the home? If you have somebody else to watch your kiddos during that time, yes. if you don't know, I watched a video for the orientation this year, and I watched the one for the elementary school and the middle school, and the answer is no. You cannot be away from your kids. You have to be there during their classes. So if it's anything that they don't understand, you are there. So if you're gonna plan on working from home, it needs to be after, like in the afternoon or in the evening. And so yeah, and that's working from home or working outside of the home. If you don't have extra help, no, you cannot step away from them. And I mean, the lady that was in this video, she really stressed that you cannot be away from them. You have to be with your student at all times. Now I'm gonna sit back and I'll see what types of emails that I receive in, and I'll be going over. I either go over more methods, or I'll be going over the homeschooling tab on my website, because a lot of people don't know that's there. And I'll make sure I do the listen up part 2. I'll see you guys then.